insurance point of...
It's that time once again for the Zombie Dr. Wuth Show. Sex and relationship advice for monsters and their loved ones. Now here she is, fresh from the morgue, Zombie Dr. Wuth.
Welcome everyone, I'm Zombie Dr. Wuth, your undead devotee to sex and relationships. I'm here with my new assistant Ted, who will be helping me to take your calls. Alright, let's get into it tonight, shall we? Hello, caller, you are on the air. How can Zombie Dr. Wuth help you? I always get the heavy breathers. It must be my good looks. Next caller!
Doc, it looks like we have a man named Vlad on line 2 for you. Hello, doctor.
Tell me, what's your problem?
I'm having a problem with my brides.
Brides? Just how many brides you got?
Usually 3 to 5, but it really depends on the century. But I'm thinking I just might stick to being a bachelor. The women today are just too demanding. Blah. My last couple of breakups have sucked me dry. Folks may call me a bloodsucker, but none of them have met my wife's lawyers. Oh boy! Blah. Thankfully, when you've lived as long as I have, you learn how to bury your valuables in more than one grave, if you know what I mean. But honestly, all I want is to catch a quick bite with a nice girl and have her not be a crypt digger. I tell you, it's driving me batty.
Vlad, it sounds like the next time you're looking at a pretty neck, perhaps ask the lady for a pen and get her to sign a prenup. Next caller!
We've got Anne on line 3. She's got a question about height differences affecting relationships.
Go ahead, Ann. Tell me your problem.
Hi, Doc. Do you think a big height difference can be detrimental to a healthy relationship?
It depends. How much of a height difference are we talking about here?
A couple 100 feet.
Ah, I see. Go on.
Well, I wouldn't mind this big hunk so much since he's got a nice head of hair and a body to match. But sometimes his jealousy can be too much.
Really?
Whenever he sees me even looking in the direction of a man, he goes storming off. Next thing you know, we have to hash things out like every weekend from the top of the Empire State Building. He says it's the only place where he can gather his thoughts and quietly discuss our problems, which is kind of a lie when you consider that he spends the whole time swatting at planes.
It sounds like what you have is a classic aggressive, accommodating struggle in a relationship. He gets aggressive, you accommodate his rages. This is a form of emotional abuse the two of you share. You should end things immediately with him. Just be sure to do this somewhere in New Jersey, since I have a nice condo in the building next to the Empire State Building. Next caller! You again! I don't have patience for you Weisenheimers. Next caller, who's on the line, Ted?
We've got Jerome on line 4.
Hello, Jerome. Tell me, what's your problem?
Hi, Zombie Dr. Ruth. I'm hoping you can help me with my husband. He's constantly booking surgeries with our doctor, Dr. Victor Frankenstein. He's a wonderful surgeon. He's practically a miracle worker. Anyhow, my hubby is always at his lab, getting a nip here, a tuck there, a new limb, eyeball, whatever. But no matter what he has done, hubby immediately regrets his decision and goes rampaging through the West Village and disrupting the nearest drag performance. It has the local queens so upset they're threatening to burn down our brownstone. What should I do, Dr. Wuth?
Oh, that is drastic. A real conundrum. Let me chew this over with my assistant and pick his brain a bit.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Wuth.
Ted,
Yes, Dr. Wolf?
will you come in here?
Yes?
Come a little closer, Ted.
Okay.
Closer. There, that's better. Ted gave me some food for thought on this matter. It seems like your hubby has a serious case of body dysmorphia. The best thing you can do is give him positive reinforcement. The next time he comes in with a fresh set of stitches, compliment him on the quality of the workmanship and the freshness of the parts. Do it enough, and eventually he'll be a whole man again, proud to be back on the dance floor and doing the monster mash.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Wuth.
Happy to oblige. Next caller! Ted, you have to do a better job screening these Oh, wait. If you know anyone who wants to break into radio, the Zombie Dr. Wuth Show has an opening for a new assistant. Next caller!
While walking home late one day, I saw an old lady toiling away in her yard where she was gardening. When I approached nearer, who this was became clear, even though the sky above was darkening. It was the toothless old crone, as local kids would intone. She boils babies into broth for her sup. Silly children see danger in every wrinkled old stranger. She didn't look that scary close up. A small elderly frame, topped by soft graying mane. She was struggling to dig the topsoil. I said, "Need help with planting?" She looked up, exhausted and panting, and replied, "Yes, please help my toil." She gave me a spade, and I dug with that blade several holes nearly deep as Lake Erie. I asked why she needed such holes to be completed. She said, "For placing roses, my dearie." After my digging, this kindly old lass brought me iced tea in a nice tall glass for the good deed of my hard-shoveled labors. As my thirst drank it back, she then handed me a sack and asked if I knew any of the neighbors. I said I knew none, and most strangers I shun. I noticed the sack smelled of tomb. She said, "Be a good soul and dump these in the hole. They work miracles for the best bloom." But as daylight fell quickly, I started to feel sickly. My limbs were as heavy as stones. Then I peeped in the sack and was taken aback. It was full of small children's bones. I shrieked at the sight, lost my balance in fright, and into the hole I was thrown. I looked up from the hole as the tea took its toll to the face of the toothless old crone. The last sight I saw was her toothless maw hissing a welcome to my new home.
Thanks for listening to the Escape from Clowntown podcast Halloween episode. I hope you've enjoyed this show, and if you'd like to learn more about me, my comics, or listen to other episodes of this podcast, go to www.erflynncomics.com. Happy Halloween.